My name is Dr. McNeil, and I'm joined tonight by
Miso Shongo, clinical psychologist.
Tonight, Miso, I want to talk about this overwhelming feeling in our community. There is something that has been bothering me that I don't have a name for. There's this overwhelming dark cloud above me that I just can't shake. There's this fear inside of me. There's this worry that I have, Miso. I'm worried all the time about what's going to happen next, that I'm almost paralyzed to do anything. Miso, I'm so worried about my marriage that it's falling apart. I can feel it on the inside, but I can't say it out of my mouth. What happens when we have a mental health need that we can feel, but we have yet to acknowledge? Can you talk to us about that?
That sense of fear, that sense of anxiety, the sense of worry that something is wrong. I don't really know what it is, but I can feel it. And maybe some people are also voicing our concerns for you. So that comes with a sense of confusion. Okay, now what is happening, that loss of control can be so overwhelming that even the sense of fear of admitting that maybe something is wrong. And if something is wrong, even having to go seek help brings another level of anxiety and the sense of fear. And then eventually getting to a part where, okay, I've got this fear, but I'm so overwhelmed. I can see not only am I not myself, I'm not coping. And maybe the fear that everyone else can see. So I can't even hide anymore. It's a basic sense of being naked and trying to run, but realizing there's nowhere to go. Definitely realizing there's a change, a shift, that we can't put the word to it. And maybe there's someone who can help me understand, but get a sense of relief of everything that I'm feeling. It is very important because we tend to find discomfort or the unknown overwhelming. So knowing that if there is a way to get a sense of understanding, maybe things are not as bad as they feel at this present moment.
I want to talk about Miso. Oftentimes in therapy, we overlook the courage that it takes for our community members to pick up that phone and to call us at the Mental Health and Social Justice Clinic and say, I have this problem with anxiety and worry. We often overlook our community members that have the courage to stand in the line, in the queue at our government hospitals to say something is going on with me. What kind of courage, Miso, does that take? And I want us to acknowledge it. I want us to talk about it plainly here on the Voices of Healing and Justice. Tell me about that courage, Miso.
Because indeed, Dr. McNeil, most patients come with a sense of feeling something, but it might not necessarily be physical where you can see and say, oh, this is it. So coming to you, having to verbalize, I don't even have words to express how I'm feeling, but I know there's something that's a bit different. Definitely that sense of courage of, you know what, let me go and get the help. Having to wake up, go to someone you don't know, stand in the queue and express yourself, things you realize maybe you hadn't really thought of, but having been asked about those things and coming to a sense of understanding that, you know what, actually it's big. It's bigger than I thought. It's bigger than I understood. That sense of courage indeed. It's such a beautiful sense of now, yes, I've recognized that there's something challenging, something different. I've recognized that in as much as I have tried to control it, try to understand it, try to even maybe Google, because most people Google before they come to our office. Coming to a sense of waking up and I'm gonna get the help. So now eventually walking in. I think that step of walking in and taking that action shows that whatever it is that I'm facing, even though it's the unknown, I'm open enough and strong enough to face it to the point that I will do something about it. And I'll have someone who can help me recognize it and give me methods and ways to deal with it. That takes a huge sense of responsibility, but it's a lovely thing that these things need to be encouraged. We need to inform people that indeed the mental health and social justice clinic are platforms where all these pieces of the puzzle are missing and some have maybe feeling misplaced. 100%, you'll be able to make your own collage and have an own understanding for a puzzle that fits you and makes sense to you.
And so we want to, for the person who has the courageous ability to stand in that queue at our government hospitals. We want to give you a round of applause for the person who can call our clinic and be like, I'm worried, I'm
Yeah.
stressed, overwhelmed, think something is going on in my marriage. That person has the courage to call us, not knowing what the diagnosis is going to be. And so we want to
Mhm.
applaud that courage, because I think that's when there's something going
Yes.
on with you that you just don't know, and you Google it, you're going to chat GPT that answer. And you say, whoa, it could be this, it could be that. Let me talk to somebody and see what's going on. That takes courage. It takes self-reflection. And it takes believing in yourself, believing that you have whatever it takes to solve this. And I don't want people to leave our podcast today thinking that, oh, Dr. McNeil, I told you that I'm very worried. No, what you've told me that you're very worried, and you've told me that you believe that you have what it takes to solve it. And that's what they miss. They miss the and.
Yes, definitely, Dr. McNeil, because it takes strength to be like, bear yourself, here it is. I'm hoping at some point you will help me find out what it is so that I can source it out for myself through your guidance. But at the end, the one who sorts it out is actually the patient. And I always tell patients that I'm like a light bulb. You get to feel around the darkness of the room using your own hands. Eventually, you're going to get to the switch. The switch, when the lights go on, it goes on because you physically switch it on yourself. So indeed, the strength comes definitely from people who have the courage and to make the plan to make sure that they get themselves the help that they need.
Thank you so much tonight. If you feel that you are worried, you are stressed, you are overwhelmed, you have a problem, and you want someone to help you switch on the light bulb, reach out to the Mental Health and Social Justice Clinic.